Hello again. I decided to make one last video tonight to string together the 3 chord shapes that I showed you in the last 3 videos. Those are major 7 chords, dominant 7 chords, and minor 7 chords. And if you can play all of those, then you can play 2-5-1 patterns, which is kind of like the basis of most jazz standards. So pretty good building block on the way to knowing how to play jazz standards on ukulele. Particularly baritone ukulele is what I play, and most of it will translate to concert or soprano ukulele, but there are a couple differences. You might already know that. If you want to know more, hit me up. I'll tell you about it. But this is specific to baritone ukulele. So I'll show you how to play a 2-5-1 in the key of C, and I guess a 2-5-1 in the key of F. So we'll start with the key of C. So a 2-5-1 in the key of C is a chord progression of a D minor 7, G7, C major 7. And if you want to know more about what the 2-5-1 thing is about, again, let me know. I would be happy to explain it. I'm assuming that most people don't necessarily want to know about the circle of fifths right now. They just want to know how to play chords on the ukulele. But if you want to know, I'll talk about it. So, D minor 7, G7, C major 7. We'll start with the D minor 7. This goes back to previous videos. But to play this one, we've got our middle finger barring across the first 2 strings on the 7th fret. So you've got that. Middle finger on fret 7 of the first 2 strings, and then pointer finger on the 6th fret of the B string, pinky on the 8th fret of the E string, 7, 7, 6, 8. That's your D minor 7, and from there we're going to G7, and that's played pointer finger on the 5th fret of the first string, ring finger on the 7th fret of the next string, middle finger on the 6th fret, pinky on the 7th fret. So it's 5th fret, 7th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret. So if you piece that together, your D minor 7. And then our 1 chord is a C major 7. So that's the one where you bar across the 5th fret, and then pinky or ring finger goes on the 7th fret of the E string. So stringing that all together, D minor 7, G7, C major 7. And the nice thing is that going from that G7, your pointer finger and pinky finger are going to stay where they are. You just have to collapse your pointer to bar across. But there's not a lot of moving. You're just adjusting. So that's nice. Going from D minor 7 to G7, the most helpful thing I can say is that your pinky is just sliding down 1. So, and then stays. So that's a 2-5-1 in the key of C, D minor 7, G7, C major 7. Okay, let's play a 2-5-1. So this is going to the other chord shapes described in the respective videos. So a 2-5-1 in the key of F major would be G minor 7, C7, F major 7. And we've already seen all these shapes in the previous videos, but again, I'll go over them. So a G minor 7, you start with your pointer finger on the root of the chord, which is G. So pointer on the 5th fret of your D string, ring finger on the 7th fret of the next string, and then your middle finger. So this is a lot like the G dominant 7, But in this one, your middle finger is going to be on the 6th fret for both of these strings, for the B and E string. So you've got 5th fret, 7th fret, 6th fret, and 6th fret. That one can be a hard shape to play. I guess you could probably adjust and use your pinky and shift over so that you've got individual fingers on those, but it's kind of harder for me. But anyway, 5th fret, 7th fret, 6th fret, and then a C7. So you went from G minor 7 to C7. So your pointer finger is barring across the 5th fret, and then middle finger on the 6th fret of your E string. 5th, 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 6th fret. So going from your G minor 7 to a C7. Again, not a lot of moving there. And then your 1 chord is an F major 7. So pointer finger on the root, but this time it's F. So pointer finger on the 3rd fret of the D string, and then your ring finger bars across the 5th fret for the other 3 strings. So 3rd fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, 5th, 5th, 5th. And I think if you wanted to, you could, use 3 different fingers to hold those down. It feels weird to me, but that's another option. So your 2, 5, 1, G minor 7, C7, F major 7. And you can use those shapes anywhere. So we could go A flat minor 7, D flat 7, G flat major 7. Going back to the other pattern, you could say E flat minor 7, A flat dominant 7, D flat major 7, B minor 7, E dominant 7, A major 7. So that's the sound of a 2-5-1 in some different keys.